cookie. Like I have there's a
You have
chicken
it down
dish.
to a science, right?
Yeah, there's a chicken dish that I have for my crock pot that I don't know why it just turns out perfect every single time in the crock pot, but I've tried to do it in the oven and sometimes the chicken's not cooked through. And I
Oh my
hate
God, I
that.
hate that.
It's the worst.
Is it chicken on the bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes forever.
So I'd rather do it on the crock pot. And every time I cook it, I always know it's going to be cooked. Like I've never had raw chicken other than the one time that I forgot to actually turn the knob to not warm. Like I turned it to warm and left it at warm, which is not going to cook the
Ew.
chicken. I
The
know.
only problem I have with
That
chicken
was
in a
bad.
slow cooker is that it becomes an enormous mess of bone and cartilage and skin. Like
No, I don't mind that. So doesn't wouldn't isn't that everywhere else too though?
no, if you cook it in the oven, you can take it apart. I'm saying it's already apart in a giant bowl of nonsense.
Oh, that
If
doesn't
it's in the
happen to me.
I mean, Meryl's like you. She gives zero fucks. She's like, yeah, it's all conglomerate. It's barbecue chicken, but she'll just put in chicken and barbecue sauce and let it just like dissipate. I can't eat that. I'm way too fussy for that.
I have I had to I have to cut it up for them because they if I don't take if I don't cut up their chicken, I should probably stop too. But actually, it's either I have to pick one or the other. Either they learn how to do it on their own or they eat.
Wait a
And
minute.
there's a part of me that I mean taking it off the bone so that they actually cuz it's only one wing. It's a wing or a thigh, not a wing, a
Mhm.
thigh.
But they won't eat it unless it's off the bone.
No, they will, but they will like just pull off like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
they'll put off whatever is the least amount they can put off easily without trying. Like just put the fork on it and then like whatever comes off comes off.
I
But they
can't wait
don't.
till they go to college and they're in their like dorm cafeteria or whatever, and they're given options of food.
Oh my
Like, I
god.
can't wait to find out like what shit they don't know how to eat or have never eaten
Oh, they
or
all kinds of stuff, but they just don't
like
know
I
how.
learned so much from my roommates and other dorm mates about how to eat breakfast. Like I hated breakfast and I was always like there's no lunch. Like I needed a sandwich or something and they were like, "Here, watch this." And I had a friend that like put a bunch of Rice Krispies in a bowl, big pat of butter from the toast area,
Oh my god.
big pat like handful of marshmallows from the
What? That's not. That
hot
is
cocoa
not.
area, hot
That
cocoa
is
area. Microwave it 30 seconds, stir it up, Rice Krispie treat. I mean, I didn't have it every day, but like it was something
that
I could eat that isn't
not
rubber eggs. I
not.
cannot eat powdered eggs.
No,
I
no,
was
but what you're
starving.
eating is like literally eating.
I don't do it now. I'm saying was taught that so I wouldn't just eat toast every day.
Well, I'd rather eat toast every day. I'd
I
rather them eat
mean,
toast every day. That is horrible for
I
you.
know, but you can't control what other kids are going to teach you. I also had a friend whose idea was of a salad was like lettuce and carrots. And I was like, she was my roommate actually. And I was just like, who raised you? You can't just have a salad with iceberg lettuce and carrots. This is not a salad. You need tomatoes, you need cucumber, celery, peas, peppers, anything, literally anything else. This is not a salad. I mean, I ridiculed her about it for like 2 years before she would try another vegetable. It was fucking crazy. Just shit like that. Like her mother just decided that's a salad for Heather. And now I'm thinking that's what made me think about you because like when you said I just cut it up for them because otherwise they won't eat it, I think, are they going to go to school and get a piece of chicken and just eat 2 bites of it? Or are they going to learn to pull that shit apart?
They're
Or
not
do they
gonna
have to
pull it
call
apart.
you and find out how
No,
you
they're
did
not
it?
gonna call me. They're probably not even gonna grab the chicken. They'll just avoid it altogether. I mean, unless they kind of grow up a little bit and they start to be more exposed to having to do it on their own, you know?
They will care about their bodies more. I cared about my body then. I went to the gym then. I wasn't like a big girl, as you know, but I was constantly complaining about breakfast, and I guess somebody got sick of listening to me and taught me how to do it.
Yeah, but that's gross, Jess.
I mean, that's how you make Rice Krispie treats, though. It's marshmallows and butter and Rice Krispies. That's it.
Yeah, but that's not breakfast. Toast. I could even do toast
I ate a
Oatmeal,
lot of toast. My
eggs,
toast no
bacon,
oatmeal, no
so
eggs.
many
Not
things.
only I can cook it, which as a freshman you can't.
Oh my
French
gosh,
toast
yes.
too soggy, bacon too overdone or too underdone, eggs weird consistency,
Oh
too
my god.
fluffy, too powdery, too slimy, too wet. What else? What else you got? I can't eat a lot of I'm a weird breakfast person because I have to
What
make
are you
it.
talking about, a weird breakfast person? It's like this for every meal.
I mean, that's not I eat normal
Fight
foods
me.
for lunch and dinner though.
Fight me on that. Hi,
I eat
Bonnie.
normal foods for lunch and dinner. I mean, I just don't eat normal breakfast foods. I had pizza for breakfast this morning, leftover pizza. That's a good breakfast because it's like 3 out of the 4. If you have meat on it, it's 4 food groups. It's from
Oh,
Bertucci's. It's not shitty. It's not Domino's. It's like nice, fresh
still
pizza.
pizza. Oh my
It's
god.
cheese, sauce,
I know what's on it.
but it's not shitty pizza though. It's like
I get
nice.
it.
It's like bespoke pizza.
Still, though.
Still, you don't
Mind
think
you,
cheese sauce and bread is a good thing to eat? What part is not good? Is it the bread?
the whole thing, dude.
Because of the cheese? But it was like sparse.
And the bread. It's all
It's
sugar.
thin.
It's
I
all
mean,
sugar.
all right, I guess.
And the sweetness of the, yeah, it's all sugar. No, I like Maymay doesn't have breakfast food. She does not like any breakfast foods like at all, like zero. So she has like this morning she had bell pepper soup. Like she's a very savory breakfast person. She loves to have like spaghetti and meatballs in the morning. She loves to have ramen noodles in the morning. She loves to have like soups, like all kinds of really hearty soups, lentil soup. Like that's what she
I
loves
like
to
all
eat in the
those
morning.
soups, but I'm not the one of the few non-breakfast items I can't eat at breakfast is soup and salad. I'll eat spaghetti. I'll eat almost anything else for breakfast except soup and salad.
Except for all of the food that you mentioned before
Except
this.
for all the other that's only if I'm not cooking it. I can eat
Oh,
eggs and all that stuff if it's here at my house. But if a stranger makes it, it's off the table.
oh, strangers.
I cannot trust others to make breakfast
Oh
for
my
me.
God.
Almost
Happy
never.
Halloween, everybody. Happy. This is the
Happy
scary conversation of
Halloween.
like traditional breakfast. And you are correct. Some traditional breakfast foods super suck, but yes,
They don't
some
just
do.
suck. It's just that you can't eat them in a dorm. I don't know if you ever lived in a dorm or did you live with your
I did.
parents?
I did live in a dorm. I believe I had toast.
I believe you did.
I believe I
Um,
had toast in the
I'm
morning.
sure you did.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that you did. Should we push record?
Oh, yes. Hold on.
All right.
I
You
got to
want to
get
count us
my
in?
thingy. I got to get
And a
my.
one and a two and a three and a four.
Output. Hold up. Here we go. I think I got it. Okay. I got it. So ready? Three,
Yup.
2, 1. Press record. Okay. Say hello, Jessica.
Hello, Jessica. Say
Hello,
hello, Elsie.
Elsie. Oh no. Sorry.
Say hello, Elsie.
Hello, Elsie.
I think we did it. We nailed it, John.
I just wanted to make the space, right? With
We
space, we
nailed it.
can't have the thing. All right. Also, like I don't have any horrible memories of my eating at my university. Like I don't have any memories that are bad. Like I don't have any like food things where I'm like, "Oh, I cannot believe," like I did not experience any of the weird food stuff there.
What?
I didn't.
I remember very clearly the food in college and the food in high school and the food at camp. All of it is disgusting. None of it is delicious. All of it looks like someone pooed on a plate on some shape or form. It was terrible. The only thing I could eat at school was pizza boats because at least I knew what the food was.
I have
Salisbury steak? No.
I
Powdered
didn't
eggs?
eat
Never. Hot dogs at camp were like different colors. Don't tell me that's because they were boiled. Some of it was red and some of it was like grayer. Ew. I'm not
I
eating that.
I don't think I ate any of the food for school. Like I
Like
think
high
I brought
school?
my own food. Yeah. Like in regular school, I don't think I ate. Once in a while, I would eat like a treat, like a ding dong. Like ding dongs were my favorite. Like that was my treat.
You're a ding dong.
Having a ding dong. That was like my treat. But I don't think I ever really. And then chips, because I didn't like any of the other food. Like I had my own, I think. I can't remember. But in college, though, at the university, Loyola Marymount had a really great cafeteria. I can tell you that. It was like when I walked by, I was like, oh my God, this food is so amazing. Oh my gosh, Taco Bell, Patrick Keller, you got Patrick. Oh, mind you, there was another. Go ahead.
We didn't have a food court till senior year, and they put Chick-fil-A in it, and everyone was so excited. And like, it was before we knew that they hated gay people. But I was like, I can't eat this salty nut. Like everyone was ballistic about Chick-fil-A. I hate it. I hate it, and now it just tastes like homophobia to me.
I don't think I've ever had Chick-fil-A, or maybe I have. I can't remember.
Bonnie says I ate it all. I was thrilled someone was making food that was not boiled. That's not good, Bonnie. Your mother sounds like the one from Better Off Dead, where she boils the bacon and it walks off the plate.
Oh my God. But there wasn't a next. So there was the cafeteria, and then there was a little, kind of like a little market. You know how in hotels they have that little market. There was a little market, and that had, I believe it had like a salad bar. It had like some kind of Mexican.
We had salad bar. I ate that a lot. It had nachos. I ate that a lot.
And in the Mexican thing, you can get like a burrito, a bowl, and then sides, right? Like rice and beans. And then there was a Pizza Hut little thingy. So like when you went in there, you could always grab whatever Pizza Hut you wanted. Like I used to go in there because I couldn't afford the other part.
Yeah. I know. It was hard to keep I had a student food whatever where like you had a certain amount of points and you could spend them here. And I had to switch it. Like you could either have a dining hall pass or that in points, and you could use those everywhere. Right. And my parents did the dining hall thing at first, and after like 4 weeks I was like, I'm starving. I can't eat this food at the dining hall. You've got to let me go to we had a it was like a convenience, or not a convenience. It was kind of like fast food, but not fast food. It was called the Scrounge. And I was like, you got to let me eat the Scrounge, because it was like grilled chicken sandwich. Like I can't eat this food. It was terrible. Patrick says I also eat a lot of Chinese and sub sandwiches. Yes, Chinese food. We did too.
I actually, we used to have it was like a 50. It was like a 50 stamp. Like I didn't get like the all you can. Like that was way too expensive. So we got like a 50 stamp meal, so that you could get, every time you go in there, it would stamp it. And then obviously you had 50, right? And you could only have it. And then you have to pay for another one. But that was way too expensive. So once I started working, I would just pay for my own food. And I had figured out, so I ate the beans and rice at the place because I could afford the sides. And so I had that enough. And then once in a while I would splurge on a pizza, which I very well knew that it was not the best, wasn't the healthiest choice for me, because I always was into the whole healthy choice thing. So I knew once in a while I would do the pizza because it was so good, but I also knew that it was not nutritious. It was just not nutritious. So I would go get beans and rice, and I would load it up with all of the veggies that you possibly could for a taco on top. And I couldn't afford the meat, because the meat was more expensive. So like anything chicken, anything beef was more expensive. So I would just stick with beans and rice and vegetables. And that's what
beans is
what I did all the time. I mean, hey, my people have survived for centuries off of beans and rice.
That's right.
So this was not an unusual choice for me.
No. Whereas like my people have survived on cheap meat. Like brisket and pot roast and all that shit is like the cheapest meat.
I hate chicken. Oh my gosh.
I know. Hate chicken.
Crazy.
I know.
All right. So shall we record? We got to record. All right. We're recording. We got to start.
We're recording. Let's go.
Okay. Ready? And the song is starting.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode 370 9 of She Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Kupferman. Almost forgot my own last name. With me, as always, the dressed for what probably is Halloween, but could be a funeral, Elsie Escobar, all in black
Woohoo!
today.
No, this is just, it's not black, it's gray. It's my little gray.
Oh, I can't tell. It looks
It's a
black.
sweatshirt. It's a gray sweatshirt. It's very
I'm
cute.
going as a pumpkin. All I have to do is wear an orange shirt. Baracha!
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Anyway, my little boy's going as Mario. Today's Halloween. If you're listening to this later, we are recording this on Halloween. It's not a spooky episode, but I do have some stuff to tell you guys. Like I did a little bit of a sociological experiment this weekend, and I went to a black tie wedding.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Not for my family and without my husband. It was his cousin, but
Okay.
he wasn't feeling well, so I took his mom and his sister to black tie wedding. And my sister-in-law had like a nervous breakdown earlier in the day because it had been so long since we've gotten ready for something that she like forgot all the things you have to do. And she was just like, it's too much. I can't do it. And it was because it's like, eyelashes, hair, nails,
Oh,
shoes, pantyhose, purse. What do you put in the purse? What kind of stuff do you need? Like, what's your makeup going to be? What's your earrings, jewelry? Like, it's so much stuff.
yes.
And I screwed up almost everything that I just named. I did not have a necklace to go with my dress. I wore a silk red drapey like jumpsuit. If you want to look at them, they're on this website, Nerecina, NERECINA.com.
Sounds comfy.
It was very comfortable. It looked great. I liked wearing it. I bought shoes that I thought, I bought Sam Edelman shoes that were absolutely beautiful. They were not flats. Like normally I don't wear more than a 1 or 2 inch heel because I'll die. And I almost died. It was probably 3 inches. And I almost wiped out at least 5 times. So finally,
Jess, why did you do that?
I I haven't gone in a long time. They felt comfortable, and you can't tell online how high it was. And I didn't have time to take them back because, of course, I wait for the last minute to do everything.
Okay.
So,
All right.
same with the nails. I waited and waited and waited and waited and did my own nails, and they looked like shit. Then I bought press-ons, but they were too long, and they kept flicking off. So finally, I just flicked them all off and went to the wedding, like hoping no one would notice my hands. And I'm sure no one cared that my nails weren't done. But like, I was a mess. It's so much work, and then. The thing about family, especially in-laws, if you have it, like both of us have pretty large extended families, but his is the one that we do or used to do all the holidays with the most.
Okay.
His mom's the oldest of 4 daughters. The middle are twins. So it goes Meryl, twins, Ellen.
Okay.
One of the twins has 3 kids. Ellen has 3 kids. We have 3 kids. So when they were all kids, we would go to Ellen's house.
Okay.
For holidays, and the wedding was Ellen's youngest son. That's who was getting married, the youngest son. We don't do holidays anymore because Ellen's children are all now married with children. Most of these children are now all married with children, so we can't all fit in one house. So I haven't seen them in a while. Then there was the pandemic. I want to say it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've seen most of those family members that I saw this weekend, and I have completely either forgotten or am now totally uninterested in doing any small talk. Therefore, I didn't know what to say.
That's a lie. No,
I'm not joking with you. I did not want to ask, how's your work? I clearly didn't care, and they clearly didn't care about mine, and it's fine. But then it's like, well, you want to say something to these people and have a conversation, but like the most interesting question I could think to ask is, what are you watching on TV? And that's because there's so much shit to watch on TV that anyone's answer is a welcome answer. It's interesting, right? Your job, how's your kid, your wife, where's everyone? No one cares. And it's so obvious now that I can't even bring myself to participate in it. And this is the first time I've been in a room full of like more than 200 people where I didn't know at least half of them. Well, we're like when we go to conferences and I see you and even let's just talk your fellow employees alone.
Yeah.
Rob, Jackson, Corey, Sarah. Like I'm interested in everything they have to say. I like to see them. I love asking how work is. What are you working on? Like that shit's interesting to me. A cousin I haven't seen in 3 years that wasn't my cousin growing up.
This is hard.
Hey. I can't hear. Talk to you later. I would just pretend I was deaf for some of it.
Because was it actually loud?
Oh yeah, much of it was very loud, and no one
Okay.
over the. I want to say no one over the age of. I want to say 45, but I could hear. But like anyone older than me was having a very hard time hearing.
Hmm.
And so I went with my mother-in-law who's 73, right? So she can't hear 74. She can't hear a fucking thing in the room the whole night. All she talked about was how deaf she was to people who could hear her. And then but her mother, who's
Oh my God.
98,
Yeah.
couldn't talk to her at all and couldn't hear her because she's very soft spoken anyway. But she also said, and this is how loud she talked, I got new hearing aids. So now I can't hear anything. And the
Oh
band is like,
no.
right? And she's like, I can't hear anything. And I was like, okay, my mom, talk to you later. I gotta go. But like he has older cousins, couldn't hear them. That part's hard. But then, when she's complaining about it on the way home, I'm like, look, mom, weddings are for the bride and groom. That's why on the menu in front of us, the font was in lilac, right? Like
Oh,
it was a light lilac in a candle lit room. No one could
was able
read
to
it
read it. Yeah, this is
unless you
hard.
were the bride and groom or their age, right? They're 30. Great.
Right.
Not for me. I'm not going to complain.
Right.
It's not for me. So, like, don't be like, oh, you can't hear anything. I'm like, mom, they didn't design this wedding for you. You're 74 years old. It's for them, the bridesmaids, the groomsmen, the parents, not you, not me.
Okay.
It's
All right.
fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so it was loud as shit. I couldn't feign small talk even if I wanted to. Laura had a vape pen, so like we just, I did what I could there. I had some drinks and then we went home.
Oh my God.
I will say this though. Last thing and then I'm done. I don't know if this is age or weight, probably both. But it's also been a long time since I've gone and tried to dance on the dance floor at a wedding because every song is like super upbeat, whatever. And I was out there dancing in my normal enthusiastic way for about 10 minutes before
Uh-huh.
I started to be like, all my limbs just all of a sudden got incredibly heavy. And I felt like I was dancing while trying to give my own self a piggyback ride.
Dude,
I was
this
like,
sounds a little
oh,
bit on the nightmarish
my
side.
legs and arms have just all of a sudden turned to steel. We got to end this now. Oh my, it was crazy.
Yeah, this is not good.
I hope it's age because I feel like I've been able to. It's probably weight too. I just felt heavy all of a sudden because I'm an enthusiastic dancer.
Yeah, I don't think I would have. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
on the dance floor, like doing my thing, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh God, I have to sit down."
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know what to tell you. Did
no,
you
it's fine.
stay for very long? Did you come home early? Did you?
Yeah, we came home right after like they served wedding cake. We came home,
Okay.
but it was almost. I mean, it was over. I think we left at like 11:30. It
And
was
how was
over
the
almost.
cake?
The cake was amazing.
And what time
The
did the
entree
thing
was
start?
amazing.
What time did it
It
start?
started at 6 and it was in the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. So like it was
That's a
a
long time, dude.
it was a long time. Well, we started getting ready at like 3. I started getting ready actually at like 1:30.
Yeah, this is
It's like a whole to do. It's 5 hours of ready for 5 hours of wedding. It's nuts.
it's a lot.
But yeah, but the place that they got married was actually very beautiful because in the room where they got married, it was just like a hall in the museum. And so huge wall-sized paintings on both sides, like Renaissance paintings, and like it was just beautiful. I've never been to a wedding in a museum before, and it was quite lovely, I have to say.
I think that one of my clients, my past clients, used to have parties a lot at the La Brea
Like
Tar
events.
Pits
Mm-hmm.
in LA.
Oh,
And I didn't know you could do that, but I guess you can. And she really loved it. She was one of those folks. Like I used to bike to her house because I was biking everybody to everybody's house. But she lived in Beverly Hills proper, like in in Beverly Hills proper. So I would bike my little bike with all these gigantic homes. Here I go with my little
oh my God! You must
little
have felt like the
bike.
paper boy.
And then like just drop it, knock, knock, knock. She was so great. Whenever we would do like the yoga in her house, like her whole like everything was like antique, beautiful, like with these Persian rugs and this like
Ooh.
furniture that was like every time I looked at it, I thought, wow, that's very fancy.
Mm-hmm.
fancy. All the things were very fancy. And so she would have these crazy fancy parties at like the La Brea Tar Pits and the
Sounds
museum, the
fun
Natural
though.
History Museum. I know. I just was like, wow, that's amazing.
That
So
sounds really
sweet.
fun.
I loved. Oh yeah, look at she's bringing back the memories. Bonnie's saying that I'm
Elsie's
actually the enthusiastic dancer. Mind
very
you,
enthusiastic
I
as
am
well.
enthusiastic, and I was enthusiastic over at that one She
It's like, yeah,
podcast.
it's once every 5 years though, Bonnie.
Yes, this would be correct. It just comes out. It's kind of like you wind me up, and then it's like,
I
and
know.
then
She exploded like an overblown up balloon. It was great though.
that was hilarious.
Very amusing. Okay.
Very amusing
All
to
right.
everybody and me because I had a great time, and
Yeah.
I was not drunk, which is another thing that just
That's also amazing. I was very drunk that night.
I
But,
was not, but yes,
we had
but
a
I did
we
drink,
had a
but I
few
was not
extra
drunk.
drink tickets and I didn't want to waste them.
Oh my God. I kept getting it, but I was drinking. I remember I was like drinking straight scotch. You know how
Course
I
you were.
drink like only, like I don't.
Elsie drinks like a 75-year-old man. It's like straight tequila, straight scotch, old fat. Like you drink the oldest, most terrible possible drink, like smoky tequila, which kind of tastes like alcohol, but with bacon in it.
No.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
Why do
and
you drink
but I
like
like
that?
to sip it, and it's only a little bit, and I knew exactly what I'm getting. Like, there's no
Word.
fancy sugars in it. There's no extra stuff in it. It's not like I just go and then suck something in because that'll get you, Jess. I mean, that's why one of the reasons I don't like it is because I'll suck it down, and it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of alcohol. And if I
You're supposed to
can,
not drink something like that if you're thirsty. That's why I drink the other stuff like rum and
right,
coke.
and
'Cause if you're
therefore,
thirsty, you won't die right after.
I have water, which I drink like water. And then I have my little shot of liquor, which I know how much it is. And I can't guzzle that. It's just,
No,
you can
can't.
sip it and I'm good, right? We'll
You
sip
can't.
it.
Yes.
It gives you a
That's right.
nice little edge, like clear the edge,
That's
a little
right.
fuzz, make you a little more rounded, less sharp. And I'm good. So
Yes. Amazing.
Amazing. So, we're going to talk a little podcasting related things and we're going to give you a little update because we are in November, everybody. Yay, November.
Yeah. We only have a wee bit of news and then
We have a wee bit of news and then we're going to talk about something that has
something
been
I
weighing
want
on.
we want your feedback on it big time.
Yep.
So stick around. We'll be right back.
So, on to some news. Number one, I bet you didn't know this, Jessica, but November 4th, which is when this episode's going to be going live, it's Fountain Pen Day.
I almost spit my lemonade out. Fountain Pen Day is Friday.
Fountain Pen Day is Friday.
Finally, she's found a holiday worth celebrating because it ain't Halloween, y'all.
Yes.
She don't
so
like no
Fountain
Halloween.
Pen Day is
Fountain
the day.
Pen Day, we will break out the balloons and the streamers.
Yes. I should have brought my fountain pen here, so I would have shown you my fountain pens. But alas, I don't have it. Not here. But if you celebrate if you celebrate Fountain Pen Day, just give me a shout out on social. You could just tag me at the Elsie Escobar on Twitter or Instagram and take a picture of your fountain pen and give me a high five and tag me because now you know that it's national.
You know what might be fun as we get closer to the holidays?
Yes, what?
I would like to make a wish list for you, and you should make a wish list for me. Then we can exchange and see how accurate we are.
Wish list as in like
a holiday, like 5 things I think Elsie would want for the holidays. And you should do 5 things you think I would want for the holidays because I'd be very interested.
Isn't as in like opening it up for the holidays, as in like whatever for the holidays, or does it have to be actual
what's a
stuff?
good gift for me and what's a good gift for you?
Okay, but doesn't have to be like a actual thing.
No, just a list.
Okay,
I just want to know what you think is a good gift idea for me.
Okay,
that's all I want.
All right, we could do it. Why don't we do that? We should write that down. Melissa, help us remember.
I almost forgot she was there. Write that down, Melissa.
Let us know that that's what we're doing for one of our upcoming holiday episodes. Okay. So speaking of the holidays, though, y'all, listen. we got some support hours from Apple Podcasts that I need to share with y'all. Okay. So, all of you people who I was going to say, this is when you skip over it, but you should have skipped over the prior part of the show and come straight to this part because this actually is podcasting related that might be interesting to you.
Look, Melissa celebrates.
Oh, Melissa.
She's writing things down with her fountain pen in honor of your favorite holiday.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my God. I just switched because you made me look. Okay. Here we go.
Sorry.
The support hours. Here we go. Oh my God. Look, I was on a roll and then you made me go away from the page. Okay. Here we go. If you plan to submit new shows, channels, or subscriptions in November or December, please be mindful of the following periods. And this is for our Apple Podcast specifically. November 19th to November 27th, December 23rd to January 2nd. That's a giant chunk of time there, y'all. So, and this is new shows, channels, or subscriptions submitted during these windows may not be available within our regular time frame, and responses to support inquiries may be slightly delayed, like this to support the support stuff, right? Plan accordingly and submit any new content with this in mind. So what does this, first of all, I want to, before you all freak out, anybody who already has a show in Apple Podcast, already has set up a membership, a subscription, whatever you want. If you're offering bonus content in Apple Podcast, good for you. Nothing to worry about. You're good. Just keep doing your thing. Like Jess and I are not going to worry about this.
Right.
We're fine. Not a problem.
Amen.
All right. Now, all of y'all who are decided, oh my God, I'm going to have a new show. I'm launching my new show in January. Let's say you already have a show and you're like, oh, I know, a new show in January. No, you need to, in order for you to make sure that you are submitted and ready to go on the first week of January, you need to make sure that at least, I would say the first week of December, you submit that show into Apple Podcasts. What does that mean? It means you have to have at least one file on your feed published, which means it could be a 1-minute promo episode. It could be coming soon in 2023, my extra special amazing show. We're going to be talking about all the things that people talk about, and you will be listening, and I'm so excited. Stay tuned for January when we publish our fancy new show. Like, that's fine. Just put it out, submit your show into Apple Podcast, let it be there, and that way you can properly launch in January. Because if you are thinking you're going to have some time off in the holidays and you're going to now be publishing your new podcast in December because everybody has time off and you have time off, not going to happen.
It might.
I mean, it could if you want to gamble.
I like to do stuff in.
No. I know, but don't expect to go live the first week of January. You could say mid-January, my new show will be live, right? It doesn't mean that you are going to, because I know there's a lot of people that work through the holidays and that you can get new things done, but don't expect a new podcast with a new RSS feed with everything to be absolutely perfect and ready to go that first week of January. Like, I would not do that unless you're willing to submit your RSS feed the first week of December. If not,
yeah, it's just hard to be accepted during that time.
People are home.
Don't let that be you'll be sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be very sad during the holidays because nobody's responding to your emails, because guess what? One thing that Apple does do very well is they're like, hey, folks, we're off for the holidays. Bye-bye.
I forgot to tell you something.
Oh, no. What?
When I was talking about the wedding.
Oh, what is it?
I was trying to tame some of my frizz with a really skinny curling iron, and I burnt my face. Because that's how out of practice I am. Okay, moving on. I actually burned the skin on my face, Elsie. It's like a sunburn, but more terrible because it's only one spot. It's not peeling or anything, but
shit. That's must have hurt your. I mean, I've done that to my ears.
Yeah.
in my hand.
I was
Like
trying.
there's been
I
times
don't
when
know
I go
how.
like this, I'm like, and I hold it. I'm like, I wasn't
Some of
supposed to
the
hold
curly hair, I wasn't
supposed to hold
curly
them.
hair. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought a skinny, like it's like a pencil curling iron. I could just wrap it around
Yeah,
and
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. But what do you do at the top? I'm like, I couldn't figure out which hand to hold it. Like, it was a mess. Anyway,
Yeah.
I burnt
Sorry
my
about
face.
that.
I just wanted to show you I burnt my face
Oh, that's bad. It is bad,
because
people. It is bad.
self-inflicted wounds are the worst ones. All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
Moving on. All right. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email Elsie at shepodcast.com and I will give you other suggestions if you have like something that you want to launch. But just to make sure y'all have expectations, please don't expect. In fact, I'm actually moving on to the Libsyn hours simply because I have them. But this is not, I'm sure that your podcast host, whether you're using Libsyn or not, is going to put some of this stuff out. So Libsyn's support team is going to be, you need to be patient with Libsyn support team between November 24th and 27th and December 23rd through the 25th and December 30th through January 2nd. So
be patient with all your hosting providers, please.
Yes, be patient with it because guess what? People do need to go take time off and be with their own families.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I think we need to be a little
patience
kind.
is a virtue.
Yes. So I would suggest whatever issues you're having, don't be doing all of the podcasting stuff, all the posting and batch producing and scheduling during that time. Do it before.
Right.
Do it after. Don't do it during that time because you won't get immediate support for those things.
Okay.
Next.
Here we go. It's a big convo.
It's a big convo.
I will begin if you'd like.
Yes, please. I'm going to drink some water.
A couple weeks ago, we were having the conversation on here about creating content for pure joy and no other reason. Creating content just because you want to, just because you feel like it. Contents that's just for you, no strategy whatsoever. Shortly after we had that conversation, Elsie did an unboxing.
Yes.
And here's what I noticed about it. It was extremely articulate and eloquent. And I'm not saying this because she's Hispanic, so don't
Thanks,
fucking start.
dude.
Don't fucking start. I'm saying it because it wasn't scripted. And
Correct.
what Elsie hates is doing shit without a script.
Yes.
So she turned on the camera and it sounded perfect. I don't know how many takes you did.
I only did it one time. I just did it.
And I'm not sure why she doesn't create all content just for fun because it seemed like the stress was gone, but she was just as good, if not better, than when she is prepared. It was amazing. So it's been a couple weeks since you posted that. So I'd like to know, A, how's it going? B, are you going to do something like that again? C, was it fun? D, was it stressful? E, how are you overthinking it? Ready?
Oh my God. Yeah. No, all of the things. I have been thinking about it for a long time. Like, so the setup that I have on that desk, I've been prepping for this for a while. Like I bought another camera. Like I'm trying to set up all kinds of fun things for me there. And I even have a special microphone that I've been using it for a while. I've been planning it for a while.
Okay.
And I am good. It was very exciting and fun. And now one of the reasons that I finally did it, and I don't know if this is going to manifest itself again, is because I was here by myself.
Oh, that's never going to happen again. That channel's over, people.
Well, it's not. I'm going to do it again. But the thing is, I was by myself, took the kids to town. And so I went to go get the mail. And when I got the mail, I got so excited because I got that little Avant Agenda.
Yeah. I always go to like Avant-Garde too.
Yeah, the little delivery. And I was so excited. And I was like, oh, I just want to go do an unboxing right now. Because I just was so excited. And so I decided to just do it. And I took the stuff out. The only thing I did prior in preparation, no, actually, you know what? I didn't do any.
Mm-hmm.
I did not even open at first I was going to say I opened the thing, but I didn't. I opened it on air. And so I thought like, I just want to open it and and share the fun of opening up these packages because it's got all these really fun things. So I just did that and it was over and it was done. And I do have another, I still have my Canva box that I want to show and like uncover and let's look at the fun things that I have. I
Yeah.
still planning on doing an unboxing for that. But part of this stuff is really just because it's so delightful for me to play with my pens like on the daily. Like I cannot even tell you. And you know that the first time that I got that package, I was like, I couldn't say thank you enough, Jess, because I don't quite.
Oh, yeah, I got to mention in her first happy joy video. I was so happy.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the pens and I love talking about them, and it seems so nobody gets. And see, that's the other thing. It's like all of a sudden I feel like I wanted to just talk to the screen because the only place I see other people having this amount of joy is in YouTube when they are doing their own unboxing, and I'm like, oh my God, it's another pen. Like I'm such a nerd. Like I watch these long ass unboxing things where people touch the stuff and and I'm like, look at the paper. It's like,
it's true. Like YouTube is, of all things, besides just trying to be funny and pulling pranks and doing stupid shit, like it is the perfect place to nerd out on one subject. Yes. Someone on there is nerding out about pens and curly hair and plus size fashion and makeup and shoes and gardens and hammers and whatever the hell else. Like it's so good for that.
Yep.
So good.
And I think my favorites are when it's everyday people, when it doesn't feel so business-like, like follow me, like hit that like button. What else do you want to see? Like there's all these tactics that you can do. And I know that there's a lot of people that actually make money off of this. And that's great. Like I am not in any way criticizing that, right?
To me, though, but yes.
But I'm just saying, like, to me, the other thing that feels great is that I don't want to feel the pressure of having to unbox something every week. Like, I don't want to have that pressure. I want to have I just got a present. I want to go do it. I just got the thing and I want to do it. I just want to show people what my last month's thing in my journal looks like. I just got a new ink. I want to write and show you guys. I just found a new notebook that is the coolest notebook ever. Here it is. Like that's all I want. Like I have no plans. Yeah, that's all I want. I don't want to grow my channel. I don't want to like have a content calendar. If I do create a content calendar, it's more about like ideas that I have, like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Like it's kind of like recipes, right? In the morning, like sometimes you're like, you know what? I really want to make those cookies that I haven't made in a long time. Let me write that down so that I remember to make my cookies, not because you have to make the cookies, right?
Yeah.
So that's,
if your success rate is anything like our success rate with She Podcast, you'll purposefully not pay any attention to it. And then it will grow like wildfire because that's how we grew our group.
So yes. And now
and our show didn't look at stats, didn't count numbers.
We just talked.
Gave 0 F's about it. And now it's 21,000 people.
So Patrick, that's like you said, that you're avoiding TikTok, but mind you, wait, hold on. Let me see. Where'd you go? This is the question that I wanted to put.
Patrick,
I bought pens you recommended.
Have to do anything every day. Nothing.
Well, you do if it's your job, but that's a thing. Okay. I bought pens you recommended years ago. They're too fine for me though. Okay, Patrick, I actually now know enough. I now know enough to be able to give you the perfect pens for you, which I wasn't able to do before. Before, I was only really into the kinds of pens that worked for me. And so I was only able to recommend things that work for me. But now I actually know more so that I'm able to recommend pens and stuff that work for you that don't work for me. And that's okay. And they're still really good. So I'm just letting you know that I'm still into that. So yes, Jessica, you said something.
I don't remember.
You said...
Oh, Patrick said, I keep avoiding TikTok because everyone lists the 5,000 things you have to do every day. I mean, but even that is a parody unto itself, right? Like I wake up at 5 a.m. and then I brush my skin and then I read and then I journal for 15 minutes about
not really what they do.
I don't know, all my amazing thoughts. And then I drink a smoothie and then I go for a run. And by the time it's 6 a.m., I've already had half a day already. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's unobtainable and it's frankly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. You're a teacher. You need to be able to just wake up, throw a breakfast in, look decent, and get out the door in a positive attitude for your kids. That's it. All this other shit you don't need to do. Nothing else you need to do. They're just suggesting things you could do, but also unfollow those people if they're what's the word? Triggering you.
I think
You
that
should never
it's
follow someone that triggers you.
but
Just if it bothers you, just turn it off.
I think that the problem with TikTok though is that the algorithm curates that for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, even if you don't follow those accounts, it'll take you, they make you do things to it so that you get the stuff that you want. But if somebody sends you, like y'all do, because Bonnie and Jessica, both of y'all do that, send me a TikTok, and Michelle, send me a TikTok, and I click through, and then so I only watch whatever you tell me. And so my TikTok thing, mind you, I didn't even have a profile, and my kid got on it and followed I don't know how many accounts that have zero to do with what I want are popping in there, and I can't make it go away. Like, I don't even know. How do you unfollow everyone? Can you unfollow everyone?
Yeah, if you want, why not?
How do you
You
do
just
it though? And I don't want to be there ding, 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 500
That's the
times.
only way
Ding,
you do
ding.
it.
Well, then I don't even know what to say. It's awful. So all that to say, it sucks. I hear you, Patrick, but I want to just be able to create for my own sake, like just because it's fun. Just because it's fun. That brings me to the conversation now that recording this with you, Jess, is fun. This to me, creating this content is fun. Like I
It is
have
fun.
not lost the funness of this anymore.
Agree.
That said, though, I've now crossed the line in podcasting where it's my work. Like, I wouldn't podcast anymore for fun. Like, I just wouldn't do it.
Ever?
I don't know if that's like a big thing now. Like, I wouldn't do it for fun. Like, I've now crossed that line where my advocacy for podcasting is now leaning into the professional work part of my life. And now the hobby joy of podcasting is no longer in that realm. Like, I don't want it. I want different, not that. And I don't want to read about podcasting. I don't want any interesting news. I don't want to know about your podcast. I don't care. And I care about it for business, and I love it. And I think, and I'm still like super into it. And I can talk about microphones and gear and tech. In fact, I think tech stuff is still really exciting for me as a hobby. But in terms of work, like, I have zero desire to do that anymore.
Yeah. It's hard.
I don't want it.
I have some desire, but it's hard. I don't know why. I want it to be fun, so I decided I was just going to be having fun. In fact, in our membership, I made a pact that whatever I create for the membership is just going to be fun. So like, I've been getting into TikTok more. So this week we're actually doing a TikTok challenge in the membership, where if you have all access, like I'm posting like a to-do every day to get, involved with TikTok and see how it works, and maybe post your first video by the end of the week. Because that's what I've been interested in. I've been like sort of studying it, seeing how other podcasters do it, playing with how we do it. And then I think after this challenge, I'm going to do a TikTok course for November, and then December we'll do something else. But like, it's all going to be stuff that I want to do, that I want to learn, so we can all kind of learn it together, because you and I are constantly like pressured to teach stuff we don't feel like talking about. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we've Yeah, I mean, Lisa's saying I feel the same way. Podcasting's her job, so she's lost a bit of the I want to do it on the side. I wonder if there's just a way, if you're feeling this way and you're listening, like, how can you make it fun for you? What are the things that you want to poke around and talk about? What are the things that you want to learn more of? And how can you marry them together so that the fun part is the job? Like kind of what Elsie's doing, but
I
without,
kind of, you know
she
what
has
though,
to have
Jess?
ROI. She doesn't have to have ROI, but like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. What?
I've lost, like, I don't like, you know how some people say, like, what there's that saying that if you do what you love, you don't have to work a day in your life or something like that.
That's
Like,
horseshit, obviously.
so yeah. And so I kind of feel now the way that I feel about stationery and pens and colors and listening to those podcasts and my obsession about learning all of the things that it has to do with it. Like, I kind of want to keep it totally separate. Like, this is my hobby. Like, do not even bring up adding a business component to this because I will no, this is my special thing. And I think that a lot of folks, when they start with the podcasting thing, it feels so joyful and it feels so fun. You just want to work in it. You want to work, you want to make it work for you, and you want to make money off of it because it's so fun and it feels great. Whereas, and then, but what people don't that miss out on is the fact that it will become your job. It's one of the reasons, it's why I quit teaching yoga as well. Because when you start doing it for your job, you don't have the same joy and the same like connection to teaching, to practicing, to being in your body. Like, you lose all of that.
Can't
And
you
then
try and regain some of that mindfully? It's true you don't always get the option of doing that, but isn't there some way you can make it fun for yourself? I don't know how.
I don't
But
know. I mean, I
but like,
can by creating something different. Like, now I'm into like this whole other video component and creating like some fun video kind of digital content. And it's me trying to move away from like having to share, even not sharing it all the
yeah,
time, like writing it in my notebook. Like, all my journaling stuff is for me only. Nobody needs to
right.
see it, you know?
No, right, I know. I'm just saying, like, whatever you have to do for Libsyn, like, what's a new
There's no,
way to do it? I don't
Jess,
know.
there's like, no, this is no longer like, I don't podcast for a living. I'm in podcasting for a living.
I know.
So
Same.
that's it's a whole other thing. It's sort of
It is.
like when you're teaching yoga and you're a yoga teacher, and then now you are running the
Yeah, a
yoga
yoga
studio,
studio. Right, I know.
right? And so you can you find fun? Yeah, when you go take a yoga class. But you don't find fun in like doing the invoices, making sure the people are taking the classes. How much are you going to charge them? What's the programming for the month of December? When are you going to do your teacher training? Oh my God, you have to get people to sign up for the teacher training in order to make the money. Oh
Mhm.
God, we need to, how many teachers are not showing up to teach class? Somebody called in sick. You're going to have to, like, all that stuff is not yoga.
I
It's
know.
running a studio.
Believe
So,
me, I know. I'm in the same boat for
right.
different reasons.
Yeah, totally.
I've only wanted to just entertain people, and I started my podcast to entertain people and to, learn more about women and success. And like now I'm a CEO of a company and I will have many creative ideas for content, but not really that much time to do it. So I applaud your separate project and I think it's a great idea. I guess I'm just trying to, I don't know. I'm trying to make myself feel better about it by figuring out how we can marry them together. Or should we not want to? Do we never want to do that?
I
When
kind of don't. I
you
mean,
know,
look, Lisa says, I think I miss the indie world more, creating original content that takes a leap into the unknown. Yeah, like that gives a hit of some kind. And then Andrea says, oh my God, the anxiety of my past yoga business. And see, here's the thing. It's like, if I'm giving advice to somebody, I would just tell whoever's starting a business, a professional career based around their love, the thing that they love to do, to know that the minute you start to create a business around it, the relationship to it is going to change and it will never be the way it was. So I'm not saying that you're not willing to go into it. I'm not saying don't do it, because there's a lot of people who are really going to get a lot out of it, but it's not going to be the same relationship. It won't be. It's going to be different. It's going to transform, and it won't be that same vibe that you got at the beginning. So it's
Yeah.
not that. It's going to be different.
True, true, true. I don't
So
know. It's kind of like there was this restaurant that I really loved in college called Cafe Bellissimo. My friends and I always ate there and we thought it was amazing. And then I got a job as a waitress there and I was like, this sucks. Because you know all the secrets about how they make the amazing bread and how much exact pasta is in each bowl. And it's like takes all the magic away from it.
yep. And I think that that's like the heart, like with some of the, yeah, with some of like the acting stuff, or even actually, it wasn't so much the acting, it was more of the yoga stuff. I remember specifically that it kind of took away. There was a point there, even when I was taking classes, that I couldn't let go of my teacher, like talking in my own head, where I
Mhm.
couldn't let go of being a teacher in the room. Even though I didn't say anything, I didn't, but my brain was going like, oh, we have to fix, like, is that person going to be okay? Oh, no, no, no. They're going to hurt themselves. Oh, wait, I have to remember. Why didn't she do that? Like there was this constant brain thing happening as a teacher. And it made me know too much. Like I knew too much. I couldn't look at somebody and not be a teacher and want to help, kind of a thing. I'm sure
Yeah,
that there's people who
true.
do that with TV and film. When when they're like a filmmaker, they watch a movie for the art of making the film and seeing the different shots, and that was really great, and ooh, that
Mhm.
close up, and wow, did you see that transition, and neat. But I feel the whole watching a movie and completely watching it just as a,
To
I
like
think,
melt into it kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that that's it, kind of, you don't anymore.
Yeah.
So
You're probably right. It's hard.
yeah,
Um, well,
anyway,
anyway, we'd love to hear what you think about that. And actually, we had one more thing we wanted to ask you about
yeah,
because our Thanksgiving is coming and we like to work a little bit in advance. And we'd love to know if you want to send us what's it called?
voice feedback.
Thank you. And tell us what you're grateful for this year. What are you thankful for? What are you grateful for? Doesn't have to be podcasting related, but if you want
Yeah,
it to be, that's fine. But
totally.
send it to info@shepodcast.com, please.
Yes,
And
info
let
or
us know.
feedback, either one. Info at
I forgot about
shepodcast.com
feedback. Yeah,
or
feedback.
feedback at shepodcast.com. Either one of them will work. So just send them in there. And if you don't want to record something, which we would love for you to do, you can just email and just say, I'm thankful for whatever. And then just do make sure that you mention your podcast just in case. And if you don't have a podcast, why you're listening to us. Or like, I'm
I
like,
mean, people listen
or
because
where you
we're
work,
hilarious.
or something, so that you're like, hey, here's the thing. And then so that we can put it together. I think we are going to be recording our Thanksgiving episode in 2 weeks. So not next week. Jess is going to be gone next week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then so
Just Monday. Just Monday. Yeah.
the following week is when we were going to record that episode. So
Yeah. So you have 2 weeks. Do it. Get it done. Get her done. Get her done.
get her done.
And
All
thank you
right.
so much. I think we're gonna wrap it up for now.
We
So thank you
are.
so much for listening to episode 379 of She Podcasts. We appreciate it so much. If you're interested in learning TikTok the month of November, sign up for our membership all access at membership.shepodcast.com. You can also check out our event website, shepodcastslive.com, and find us all over the internet, especially TikTok, because we're fiddling around with it. So we're She Podcasts everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Twitter, all the things.
Woohoo.
And yeah, what else can I say? Thank you for being here live. We love you for doing that. Thank you for listening. Love you.
Mean it.
Bye.
Yay. We did it. 379. Is that correct? Let's see. Yeah. 379, y'all. Oh my gosh. I started doing I think our episode 400, from how I started to do the the calendar for next year, Jess. Like I just started to pre-prep. I think it's in April.
Hold on, hold on. Something weird's happening.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let me just save it. I think my son, are you there?
Huh?
I think my son answered a call on my phone because I heard his friend talking to me while you were talking to me.
Oh no.
I couldn't figure out what was going on. All right. Anyway, I am going to end the broadcast and then we'll see you later.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye. I hear